got, just give me that. Just give me that. Just give me that. Give me that. Just give me that. I don't care what you got, just give me that. Just give me that. Just give me that. Give me that. Just give me that. I don't care what you got, just give me that. Just give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Just give me that. Change up the gruesome.
Yo.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And here we go from Chicago. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Let's go.
They get 38 out of the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
It's really hard, Kate, to get 100-yard games, right? Defenses in this league pride themselves on keeping rushers short of 100. But if you're going to hit that century mark, it's going to take runs just like that one.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Right to the air with Smith. That's a catch. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, Smith. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And this one does not go far.
Dude, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, give him a chance to make a play. 3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Come on. Hey. Go.
Williams from the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. Escapes a defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears pull out in front further, 13-zip. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Smith. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That is Kyler Gordon. And the Bears return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Here we go. Ready?
And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. It's a 3-yard pickup on that run, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Bears with a chance for at least 3, possibly 6. Working from the gun, Williams. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will have the football shy of the 20-yard line. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there. Heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
First down throw by Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 on the Seahawks 37-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. Able to get it to Moore. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. Touchdown, Chicago. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And 2:01 on the clock. This is going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. Smith on first down. Connects with Fant. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Seahawks with the football. From the 38. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down, Smith to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you could do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And they're gonna be stuck with a 4th and long. They're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. He's on the move. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. Bears pick it up, headed the other way. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and the next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
Off the play fake, Williams. He's going to push one deep down the right. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks might be able to get some points late after the interception. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble. Then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. He throws a bullet. He's got it inside the 10. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Well, no doubt about it, Brock. That was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown when the downs counted here.
And no doubt about it, Kate, you grew up watching and celebrating Jerry Rice running that exact route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
He was so good at it. Every receiver could do it some of the time, but Jerry and the best of them, they do it all the time, just like that one right there.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it's fielded but not returned from the end zone, so the ball's going to be placed at the 30-yard line. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Rick Woolen with the INT. And the Seahawks do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. And again, it's Smith. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Pass complete to Walker. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Walker hauls it in. And he gets this forward to the 19.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Short pass brought in. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Flush down now to his left, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Geno Smith with a touchdown. At this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it to.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Ready?
He cuts it to the right sideline. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, Williams. He's got him, that's Swift. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second.
This is the end of the third quarter.
49-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Set.
And this one doesn't go far. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Has his man, it's Swift. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or 2 short of that 25. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down.
Let's go.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Williams on the play action. Swift hauls it in. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
11-yard line. 4 yards on the
18
pickup.
Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Second and 6.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. This throw is cut. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
Hawk 7. Hawk 7. Hook.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears double their lead to 14. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And it's the equivalent of what a touchback used to be here, up to the 25 before going out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
49. Flip it off. 49.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
Hey, we go. Hey, go flip her up. Flip her up. Come on, come.
Shotgun snap to Smith. A throw left side, caught by Smith and Jigba. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Hey. Come on, come.
Now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Rolling left, buying some time. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. From the gun, Smith. Catch is made in close. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for.
And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Myers to add the PAT. Bit off with his aim, but that point after is good. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Down a score, less than 45 seconds left. They know they need to get this back. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. And up.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. It was there. He just couldn't corral it. So that brings up second down. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Now Seattle going to call its second timeout. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Warriors 70. Go.
He'll throw it. He has the first over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. First down, ball at the 36.
Get it. 70 Lions. Hurt, hurt. Hurt, hurt.
Out of the shotgun, again to Swift. Pushing for the red zone. And he's finally stopped right at the start of that red zone, down at the 20. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Get it. Check go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Now 2nd and goal at the 18-yard line.
And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. It's 2nd and goal.
Ready. 18 Rattler. Hut.
Here he is to throw. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. So they decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown to knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So the...
Chopper doing circles, it's a bird. Take him to the potty, he's a nerd. Bow, I ain't seen hit corners in the burbs. Bow, done politicking with the competition, what's the Put that on my mama, 8 in the process. Trying to tippy-toe through the progress. Tongue-tied when the truth is an object. What's the pros and the cons of this next check? Wasn't nobody round, I was independent. In a 97 bomb with the windows tinted. Heard a bomb got in the party. Who the like this in the party? Them up, them up, them up, them up. I was seeing double in the projects, mad at myself, learning to put it to the side. Mama had to cater for the coupe that we rode after school on the way to pot pies. And wanna play both sides, it's a red dot, don't get on the wrong red eye. It's a headshot, they became woo them guys. Round them, 2 of them guys. I'm Paris, I'm France. I thought that I told you I need the advance. Put down your IG and look through my lens. $1 million to grandma, who did I offend? Girl of your dreams to me as a fan. I netted 10 million and Daddy looked.
We are just a stone's throw from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is rocking and rolling here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland.
No, I just played with him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Say what?
From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Yeah.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. And again, it's Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Now Mahomes going to shift him around. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Up the middle, here's Pirine. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to trip a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Samaje Pirine. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Watson on the move to his left. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now here's Mahomes rolling to his right. Here's a diving catch right side. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
P-Ryan is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield.
See how I got to play with you.
Make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the gun, here's Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. To throw is Watson.
Oh, no!
And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To the air yet again, Watson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Watson going to sneak it. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That's good for another Cleveland Browns.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun, Watson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Alert!
Now Watson. Quick slant completes into Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Okay.
Watson off play action. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Alert! 24! Hey, 31!
Again, it's Watson. That is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Watson on the sneak. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Watson now to throw. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Back to throw, Watson.
And
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Breaks him.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Here's Mahomes to throw, eluding the pressure right. And now this is intercepted.
Oh.
My goodness.
Let's go.
This one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. But Charles, you can just see.
Here we come, here we come.
The sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it back though.
Pick 6.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right?
Throw the ball, I'm gonna get it.
A PAT or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Recovered by the receiving team.
Yeah, throw it.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27.
Hand off here for Pirine. Down at the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. When Mahomes sees something, he'll change the play. They run it with Pirine on 1st down.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Again, here's Pirine. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Mahomes takes it himself, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
The sneak successful
Yeah,
for a
when my
yard
move.
out. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Here's Watson. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford, 70 yards. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They'll hand it to Pirine. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Mahomes going to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards there at a Kansas City first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And there's another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run it here with Pirine.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's Pirine again on second down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
They'll run again with Pirine. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mahomes steps away. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Hunt. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
Well, they would have loved to have scored a touchdown there, but this still sets them up for a game-winning field goal attempt.
A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the
Well,
uprights
that's
on the
bitch.
chip shot.
I
And
hate
they'll
when
be
people do that.
celebrating in the Power and Light District. The Chiefs have won the football game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City.
Hey, bro,
And
you
they
gonna
were
sit there and
spurred on
waste
by
time,
a strong
bro.
performance
He
in
could have
that
scored
fourth
with
quarter
Mahomes when
as
he
they
had
held their
his
opponents off the score.
Could have had a chance. He knew I was gonna be a problem. Oh, I think I'll play one more. I don't know.
We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line.
Yo.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Washington. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. Now Russ. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
Now a first carry for the Alabama product.
How's he run the pass?
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Here we go, set. Set.
That's quickly to Fryermuth on the RPO. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Second and a yard. That's Washington, the man in motion. They'll give it to Harris again. And he'll be taken down. They've got it at the 8. First down and goal.
Here we go. Hey,
They'll run with Harris. Line of scrimmage, the 7 for second and goal. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Now here's second and goal.
Here we go.
That's caught right side. It's Fryermuth. And he got half of what he needed from the 6 to the 3. This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. 2-point try coming up. Fields has the offense set.
You got a mini base. Why not?
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
Good job right there. Good job right there. What? Sorry.
Back to throw. Wilson. A pass taken in by Harris. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here we go.
They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Fields now on second down. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
That's to the big tight end, Fryermuth.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Here's Austin to return. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Play action. Now Wilson.
Oh no.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Running free at the 45. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Into the hands of Pickens once again. And he's going to have a first down here as they are into field goal range at the 27.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Throwing again, Wilson. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to be brought down. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Again, Wilson. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
We'll go again from the 3. It is second and goal. Wilson will throw again. That's going to be incomplete. They say no to the field goal, but that backfires. They're going to come away with nothing as this first half comes to an end. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see if we can come out with a hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go, son. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. He's got Fryermuth open on the left side. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Here we go. Easy.
Fields now to throw on first down. That's complete. Calvin Austin. 2 nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big game.
Here we go. We're good.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He'll go right back to Freiermuth. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6.
11. Right.
To throw is Fields. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Here we go, son.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down.
Press, touch right. Go.
Throwing is Fields. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down.
Go, jump. Ready? Hey. What? Hey, Ken. Touch right. Justin.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long.
Here we go. Jim clear. EQ.
Fields to throw for it. That's going to be caught.
Love the idea of going for it on 4th down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A run. Here's Harris. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Another run here with Harris. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try to run it with Harris. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. And now it's a flip back to the kicker. It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't, and they get nothing on the extra point. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Now Wilson on 1st down. Going up top. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Russ again working deep downfield. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They will take a knee here. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Here we go.
2nd and 11.
Right.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long.
Here we go, son.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the Steelers first down. And it's a big letdown there defensively. Somehow they allow them to convert on 4th and long.
Here we go. Delta, Delta. Good night.
On the ground, this is Harris. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Good. Good night.
Here's Harris. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
Here we go, son. Tonight.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold down to earth. Wanna do it, we could do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I holding down the set. All up in my